The Groundforce grave shoring system is a self-contained set of equipment that can be used to safely support excavation for graves. The hydraulically operated shoring units can be supplied in either rectangular, as demonstrated in this film, coffin-shaped, or tapered configurations in various sizes to suit specific requirements. Our demonstration trailer carries a full selection of grave shoring and ancillary equipment supplied by Groundforce for the purpose of providing safe, serviceable equipment for bereavement services. The hydraulic shoring units are supplied in flat-packed form. Assembling is a simple process of connecting the fabricated panel sides to the hydraulic cylinders using a simple pin and clip arrangement. Please note that the hydraulic connection on the cylinders should be facing the top. Also being assembled here are the optional telescopic end support posts, which are used in conjunction with the aluminium sheets to form a closure at the ends of the excavation where there is a risk of loose materials entering. Once assembled, the shoring units can be used for grave support or stacked, ready for use, or they may be dismantled after each use and stored flat-packed. After assembly, a final check is always made to ensure that all the connecting pins and clips are securely located and fastened and no other obvious defects are present. It is recommended that the units are serviced by Groundforce trained personnel on an annual basis or more frequently in heavy use conditions. The Groundforce soil box is assembled prior to excavation. This consists of a fabricated steel frame and plywood panels to form the base, sides and ends of the box. This product has been specifically designed to neatly and safely store the weight and volume of the excavated material from a typical grave. Once the soil box is assembled, it is covered with a tailored, waterproof cover until required. The operation begins with marking out the area to be excavated. Care must be taken at this stage to ensure that all unauthorised persons are kept away from the area of work, particularly in the proximity of the excavator. If being used, the soil box is positioned a suitable distance away and the front boards removed to allow the excavator driver easy access. The front boards are inserted progressively as required. Once the depth of the first shoring unit is achieved, the corners are trimmed to facilitate positioning of the hydraulic unit. If more than one unit is to be inserted and if ground conditions allow, the excavation at this stage can be dug deeper so that several units can be installed in one operation. Where ground conditions are less stable, units are installed one on top of the other and excavation is carried out through the previously installed shore. It is essential that a competent person is on hand to assess the exact shoring requirements. The hydraulic medium used in the hand pump consists of a mixture of biodegradable shoring fluid and water. Shoring fluid acts as a lubricant for the system and also as an antifreeze during winter conditions. The pump is charged by adding shoring fluid to the reservoir tank and topping up with clean water. A mix ratio of 3:1 is recommended for normal working conditions. Details of mix ratios are shown on the label affixed to the pump body. All hydraulic connections in the system are of the quick release type as shown here, where the delivery hose is being connected to the pump unit. A two-way bridle is now attached using the same style of couplings, and this is attached to the delivery hose from the pump. Handling slings are now passed through the handles located at each end of the shoring unit. The whole assembly with a two-way hose bridle connected between the unit and the pump is now lowered to sit on the base of the dig. As the hand pump is operated, the cylinders expand and pressurise the system. Pressure is registered on the pump gauge. Normal working pressure is in the region of 1000 psi, or until a firm resistance is felt at the pump handle and no further expansion of the hydraulic cylinder can be achieved. Care must be taken not to overpressurize the units. If required, a lockable cover can be fitted. This consists of fabricated aluminium cross members which are secured by driving steel pegs into the ground at an angle. If the ground is too hard to drive the pegs, the cross members can be secured directly to the handles on the top shoring unit by ratchet straps or chains. The polypropylene cover is now inserted under the two fixed lugs on one side of the cross members, lowered into position, and the hinge lugs on the opposite side are swung over and padlocked. Extraction of the unit begins by first removing the lockable cover and cross members. The lifting slings are then reattached to the handling points. In this sequence, the shoring fluid is released by levering the shrouded fitting on the release tool against the quick release male coupling, allowing the hydraulic cylinder to retract and the fluid escapes into the excavation. The unit is supported on the slings as it depressurizes. The unit is lifted out of and away from the excavation. An alternative method of removing the unit is to reattach the slings and reconnect the two-way bridle. The pressure is now released on the pump, the hydraulic cylinders retract, and the fluid is returned to the pump reservoir ready for reuse, and the shore is lifted from the excavation. The units are now turned on their side and compressed. All fluid left in the system is returned to the pump reservoir for future use. The excavated material is progressively replaced and compacted until ground level is reached. Once the backfill process has been completed, the shoring units, pump, hoses, slings, and all other ancillaries must be inspected for any signs of damage. Any items giving cause for concern should be reported immediately to the relevant person in authority.